So over the last 9 years, I've freelanced marketing services for so many different types of clients. And I found that there are 4 different ClickUp must-haves for organizing client work as your number of clients grows, or you just start to take on bigger projects. Whether you offer social media management, social ads, email marketing, landing pages, what I'm about to teach you can be applied to any service. Now, this isn't just about project management, and you may be surprised at the unexpected ways that ClickUp can save you time, but also mental energy. So over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be sharing my ClickUp systems for 1, organizing client work, which is what we're going to be talking about today. 2, account management and making sure that your clients are happy so they stay with you. 3, client collaboration to simplify how you work together. And 4, everybody's favorite, analytics and reporting. Now, I've been testing and tweaking each of these setups since I started using ClickUp 3 years ago. And what I'm about to share with you is a product of a lot of sweat equity. I hope you like this series. Subscribe to my channel to get notified when the rest of the series comes out. And with that, let's get started. So the end goal here is to create a list template for every service that you offer. And you want it customized so that it can do 3 things for you. 1, you want to have somewhere to store all of your ideas or pending projects. 2, you want it to tell you what your to-dos are, your deliverables, and your timelines. And 3, you want to have somewhere where you can reference the information and the things you've created quickly and easily in the future. Now, if you're wondering to yourself, why do I need to create a list template for every one of my services? Is this necessary? So it's my goal to inform you the how and the why behind making these decisions inside of ClickUp, so you can apply it to any setup that you want to create. So here it goes. The reason that you want to have individual lists for each of your services is threefold. The first reason is so that when you track time against these projects, then you can look back at your time tracking reports for each client and see exactly where you spent your time. Secondly, we want to be able to set up our standardized tasks for each service so that we can use automations to take a lot of the manual lift of creating projects and tasks off of our plate. And lastly, so we can create custom fields specific to that type of work and then customize our views to include those custom fields. Let's say, for example, you create landing pages as part of your service offerings. So we'll have a list called landing page management. Now, for this specific use case, we can have 2 different views. The first one will be our project management view. And this will be the place where we can store all of our pending landing pages that we need to work on, or any ideas for landing pages that we have as well. If you know all of the steps that you take when you're creating a landing page, then you can create a task template. And we can use the statuses changing from open to in progress as a way to trigger the automation to automatically create all of our subtasks. Now, the reason that you would do this instead of just having all your subtasks created right away is so that you don't have all of that extra clutter until you're ready to move something into execution. We want to reduce the number of tasks and just general information in our systems, especially because sometimes projects that we think we're going to do, we don't end up doing eventually anyway. From there, you'll want to make any necessary changes to the due dates and the timelines so that everything is up to date in your master client to-do list, which I talked about in part 3 of my series, the most important least talked about features of ClickUp. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that video. So now the second view that we have will be what's called our database. And we'll use it to keep track of all of the information that we are likely to reference again in the future. So in this example, we just have 1 custom field for the landing page URL. But you can add whatever custom fields are helpful for you in your business. For example, for landing pages, you could have target keyword, you could have category. This is acting almost as a spreadsheet of all of the landing pages that you've created. Here's another example of what this can look like in a broader sense. In this list, I was managing the creation of different products. Since the work here was a little less defined, I didn't have standard subtasks. So instead, I just created the subtasks for each of these projects manually. I love this because of the links view. This is where I kept track of the asset links, so the thank you pages, the landing pages, even a link to where they were hosted on the website. And inside of the task is where all of the attachments and all of the work that was involved in creating these assets happened. Now, I want to give another example of how your service list should be configured to how you work, not adding extra work to your plate. In this email creation list, I had 3 different email sequences that I needed to create. Instead of creating all of the emails as individual tasks like I would for the landing page example, I did all of the copy for each emails inside of this one single milestone task inside of a doc. And this is because I don't write email for sequences individually. When I'm going through that work, they're all flowing into one another, so I need it to all be in one place. So I kept it all in one. Remember, with ClickUp, there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. My goal is to help you understand ClickUp's customizations and how they can be applied to your unique way of working. So to recap, to systemize your client services, you need to create list templates that 1. Have a place to store ideas or pending projects, 2. Create a project management process to effectively plan what's in the pipeline, and 3. Create a database for quick and easy reference of completed work going forward. In part 2 of this series, we're going over the most underrated aspect of client work, and that's account management, aka keeping the client happy and keeping the account profitable. Subscribe to find out when it comes out, and if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter Unapologetically Organized to get even more ClickUp goodness for marketing freelancers and consultants. Thanks for watching, and until then, I'll see you next week.